Yes.
I'm just going to see how much our movement in the room causes issue, or if it should be fine because I've got it tracking off, so I think it should be fine. We'll see. I just want to test the sound out when I'm walking around and talking with groups, if it picks up the students well or if it doesn't. So.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Get my eyebrows done.
You have to have your reflection done.
I know, but I just need to bring it here.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We're doing a reflection right now. Yeah.
All right.
I got a question.
Your chemical reaction sheet.
Yep, right here?
Nope.
Right there, it's in there then. We haven't even done that yet.
I know.
Hold it in. Okay.
Oh, nope, that one's...
Who's that? I heard something. That wasn't me.
Right, so you were absent, I think, today.
Yeah.
We had to do the chemical reaction sheet. And so you have that to do with Gracelyn. So you can find her.
Gracelyn. Where's Gracelyn? She's over there working on something else. Gracelyn! Gracelyn!
You did it. So that's one of your missings. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 missing things in science.
We were just discussing.
Yeah. How many am I?
So, if your group can't move on because all of your stuff is missing, if their stuff gets done, which their stuff isn't done either, so it doesn't matter right now. But if they get their stuff done, you might be on your own. So, depending upon where your group is functioning, but they aren't much farther than you. If I don't see some progress in this group today, you will not get to build a model, you will only get to draw a model, because you won't have time to get one built, because you're too far behind on everything else. So, my recommendation is, first, you still don't have your research questions done to the level they need to be. So, that's your job right now. You can do that on your own, so you need to work with Bryce, because that's the only thing that's keeping his group from doing the chemical reaction. So, Bryce, you and Gracelyn can meet over here and do the work you need to do.
Okay, let me see.
We just have to wait.
I've hurt myself 3 times. Try to straighten my hair.
Jordan, do you have the answer to your question that you needed for the turtle yet?
I'm missing 5 pieces.
Yes or no?
Not really.
Okay. Your group is in a stale position, and you will be removed from the group if you are not up to snuff with all of your reactions. So you need your individual model done, you need your question done, and they can't work on the group model or reflection because your model isn't done. So they're at a standstill. So you have a decision to make. This group is not very far, and they're kind of stuck in a rut. And if you want, can you pull out your model drawing? Did you get that done?
That is done.
I don't know what's happening. Oh my gosh, Jordan.
Is it in your folder?
Just do it. Just put the lenses up in
Oh.
your eyeballs.
All right. Let me see. Okay, so you guys should be able to get your group model figured out today. Juliana, get your individual model done.
It should be put in my locker.
Go get it. Okay, Katie. Would you guys get this group finished as a group? then I'll have her finish one on her own because there's nothing done on this one. She can finish it on her own. I'll give her another copy.
Chemical reaction between
Yes.
what else am I supposed to do
On which thing?
my question
On. Okay. You still need to answer what insulators are. You've got your common materials. I said okay for that. I said what makes insulative materials work better than others. I'm not saying that I told you those are in that last link on what a Google Classroom. Okay, go to the site that lists, all the resources. This last link, this link, and the bottom three links should be the answers to your question. But the bottom one will help you kind of think about what might help to make them work better. When you're using them inside your tool, your device, something's going to help make them work better than others.
We have
All right.
here.
And this is the reflection, and this is the model. All right.
Final model with our 3 insulated materials
Yeah.
that we wanted to use, but
And I didn't get the hay because I just forgot to get the hay from the farm.
So how are you going to remember? Do you have a phone you can set an alarm on?
I mean, yeah.
Go. Set an
I don't
alarm.
know if I can get it tonight because then I gotta drive all the way to Swivl.
tell your parents. Or we can think up of another insulated
There you
material
go.
because
Come up with a different
that's
one,
what
and
we-
that's a good idea.
Can I go print?
Yeah.
Because what I have to do is that I couldn't get the cotton balls because 1, we ran out of them in the house, and then 2, I'd have to buy it, but my parents can only go to the stores on Mondays.
So you need different material than cotton, different material than hay. What else?
Well, we're
Or
gonna
if I
get
just-
cotton tonight.
Or if I just go to the stores and buy it.
He's gonna get cotton tonight, right?
Yeah.
And then hay, we'll figure that out.
Jonas, what are you bringing?
Sheeple.
And you got that here?
Yeah.
Or we can
Well,
just
we
use
just thought
sheep
of that
wool
now.
because we
Well,
have
we need-
straw.
Yeah, we
So
still
can
need
you
cotton.
get hay or straw?
I got straw in the
You've got
Yes,
straw.
straw.
Straw is good. Straw is fine. If you've got straw here, that's one.
Dylan has straw. Jonas can probably bring sheep wool, and I'll bring cotton balls then.
Okay. But you only have straw here.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Well,
So
no,
you
yeah.
Technically, this could also
We just
count
thought
as
of
an
the sheep
insulator
wool.
because
no
Not
won't
really.
count as your insulator.
No.
That's
wood
outside
could-
container.
wood could
That's
be-
outside container.
Okay.
Yeah.
go print?
Which things?
A question.
Yes.
Can you wait for the plastic?
yeah. Here, just give me your phone number. I'll send you a picture.
Okay. So what about all this space here? What's that there for?
Not up to scale.
Well, to be like filled with hay, like the insulators.
So you might want to,
Yeah.
color that all the way down so that's apparent on your.
It's not up to scale too, as well. So what our box truly looks like is a lot smaller than what it seems in the picture.
Oh, well done.
Smells of wood.
Let me heat it.
I'm letting the heat out. I'm letting the heat out. Yeah, we have
lined
the
with
heat.
plastic. You know, so you don't have to hot glue it.
We just want to hot glue like the small cracks to where we think that the water might leak out of these and these holes. Because
I couldn't do any better than that. And the board that's going on the bottom has a bunch of holes in it.
I see a little crack peeking through there.
Okay, nice job.
We worked on our box.
So you may work on
I also have this as
your box or your chemical reaction. It's your choice.
I also have my individual module as well. So we need to fix our box.
Yeah, can we go put a different board on here? So
Oh, yes, as long as you ask permission from Mrs. Strong.
So we can go, just ask permission. Okay, thank you.
Oh God, Brian! Don't wave it towards me. God, Brian.
So,
Okay, get plain paper for your group model.
Wait, we're
The-
done with the yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's not that one.
Oh, so where's James's then?
Connected to that one. Yeah, I don't get why.
Oh, how am I supposed to know it's a group model? Because it looks exactly like James's.
Let me write my name on it. Let me write the name on there.
Just put group model or something.
Yes.
so McKenna went to go print our reflections.
Okay.
Then do we put it in our folder?
Yeah, you can let me read it and show me your group model drawing,
Okay.
and then I can give you permission to go on to build. Juliana, did you find your model? Okay, let me see it.
Oh, it's right there. It looks bad because I'm not an artist.
Okay, you need to label that according to the checklist.
I will. I need a pencil. Where's my pencil? Oh,
Oh, I also need help. Reaction contains what's from chemical reaction?
Bryce is
Oh, this is supposed to be up here. Protection from the chemical reaction
Bryce is
and
getting
from
a-
bouncing.
Bryce is getting a Tupperware container, a long Tupperware container. Right. Like fit the drink in.
After we're done here, can I run my locker? Got stuff I needed. That's a guy.
Yes.
So the reaction will just hit the bottle and then go around. We're smart, guys. We got this. And I have a huge page of tinfoil.
Obviously. How much is that?
A lot.
Thank you.
And Kevin, my bag of me, and then move the plastic bag I have.
Okay, Graceland, you're working on your questions next. Get those. Yep, work on your question.
Is this what you mean?
Do you have your checklist so that you can label them just like your checklist?
Ow, my leg.
James, what can you work on that would be productive? You need to be either starting the reflection or what? So he should be working with you.
Yeah, did I said James? Help me.
Did you ask a question?
Yeah, that's the question that I asked about how we're supposed to protect it.
Okay, so this is your model for your group. So I need to rescore.
Oh, look, right. Aaron here.
You might be still on
The aggro.
And the next. And then tell them they need to come back because I need their reflection.
We finished this stuff, but we also, this isn't going to be our final because we don't think it's very effective. So we are going to be drawing another model that is more effective.
Right now.
Yes.
Okay, so what about this isn't effective?
The pencils. We didn't think that was very effective because the only way we could keep it to stay is gluing it, but our only resource that we have or
Okay, just write that in your reflection. So we've already just decided to change the pencils to just do it in your reflection, and I'll expect it to show up in your model. That's okay. That you don't have to have another model every time you change something.
Oh, all right.
But if your reflection shows that you've already worked through that problem and have a solution for it, put it in your reflection.
All right.
All right, so who's got the piece of paper for drawing the new model?
We didn't grab one yet.
Go grab one. Morgan. You're labeling.
Labeling.
Okay, your computer is open. Get a doc up that you share with these three people.
Your next two traits. Trials.
When you put like insulative material, does that mean like all the stuff that I'm using, just make a list at the side?
Show me where your insulative material is here. Okay, so then put
And then you have to explain
arrows right, insulative material. Okay, so you have a new Google Doc, and you're going to call it Model Reflection, and share it with the other two. All right, so these are your questions?
Yes.
All right. And that's okay. And next on your list is to pull out the chemical reaction paper. And you two didn't finish that. There. Finish. Alright, so who is your person who's going to draw?
Jordan.
Okay? Then Jordan shared a document. Who's going to type the reflection?
Morgan.
Okay? Then you are in charge of this giant checklist. Alright, from this point, you are going to type up sentence. Open up your computer, get the doc that she shared with you. You're going to look at the doc as it's being typed. Then you're going to peek over at the drawing because she's got to keep up. She can't draw with super duper detail until later. Because right now, she's going to draw what you guys decide is your outside carrying case. She's going to draw it. She's going to label it outside carrying case and say what it's made of on her paper. Morgan is going to type a sentence that says the outside carrying case is going to be made of, and what you decide, and then you have to say because, and give a reason why you chose that.
Okay.
Right? When those things are done, when you see a sentence that has the because in each sentence, when you see it and it says what material it's made out of, it says these words, what it's made out of, and because.
There's no scale to it. There's no knowing what they did. It just
Because,
I'm going to put mine this time.
then you know that that's done. When you see it in the picture, you see it labeled, and you see it in the sentence, it's done. Then you say, next, put in insulative material. So you talk about what's going to be the insulative material.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, so it takes all three of you to accomplish all that. Yeah.
We don't know what insulation we're going to use yet because we haven't tested them. So we just put insulation.
But you're putting your three choices that you're going to bring. Yep, just put the three, like, labeled over there. Have a layer of insulation, but right by insulation, you're going to write these things.
Yeah, the Sharpie is the mom Sharpie. Actually, it's the other one. That is our...
Yeah, I know, I got scored.
Yeah. Broke, bro. That's the bunch of that actually can go in trash. Actually, I'm holding it.
Pick it up.
Throw it away.
We have all our supplies. Wait, right, how big is this?
Good, 12 centimeters up, 15 centimeters across.
How long is it all the way across here? 13 centimeters. Across here. This is what it is.
No, but he has 13 centimeters. That's, I didn't even measure the door. That was before I cut the door.
Okay, nobody's touching any materials until your reflection's done. So, you've got the drawing done. Part of the issue with your drawing is your labeling was confusing because it's like all over the place. So that's what scored you as a 3 versus a 4 for your ideas. Now, outside carrying case is, your sentences should be structured. Outside carrying case is made of cardboard because...
Would our outside carrying case work? Our
outside carrying case is made of cardboard because
it's cheap. It's cheaply defined and good carrying case.
So then you go on to your insulated material is
tinfoil.
And cotton.
Yeah.
Tinfoil insulates.
Yeah, because think about you could make a table.
Yeah, that's more of a
Radiation.
yeah.
So when you did your research on insulation, whose question was that? Did you see tinfoil was a good insulator?
No, I was a conductor.
It was a conductor.
I thought about it.
Could we put tinfoil
And that's a discussion you guys have to
Yeah, so we
have.
can like outlay and then
So, make sure that each one of these things is talked about and the reason why you're choosing it. Okay? So, put that over there, and this is what you focus on. Yeah. You're missing your reflection.
What's that?
That's the write-up that tells me all about your model and why you chose what you chose in it.
Oh, we need to reprint
I just gotta say why we chose what. Yeah.
do that. 1 and 2.
You already know what that proves is cheap. You're going to keep it the same. Why would you want to do the same scoops over? Because you already know exactly.
Okay, are you guys...
We're typing it up. We should almost...
I would make various labels be just like the checklist because your model is beautiful except for your labeling. So make sure that the labels match your checklist. Outside carrying case.
Yeah, which is plastic.
Okay, that's it. Outside carrying case in tiny little letters below it.
Sorry, they're kind of scrunched up. That's alright.
And these should be listed underneath there. They're the protection from the chemical reaction, or protection from the travel problems.
You gotta get this going. But then it says, why did you make it?
Oh god, I'm so hungry. Wait, how long are classes today?
Kendra, nice to have any questions.
Yay.
Sorry.
It said we were going to use
Oh, I forgot to.
Okay, is this your group model or is this one of your models?
It's one of them.
Whose is it?
That's great.
It can't be the group model because you haven't got your model done yet. They can't do a group model? Oh, go get it. Because it looked it looked exactly like yours, Kendra, so I don't know if they chose everything off yours. And this was the group model, I wasn't sure. But it needs the labeling like the checklist, if it is your group model. Okay, exactly, much better.
Okay, this is Radisson.
Yes.
Today, I was talking to Sean Durnan on the bus this morning about what project we do. And and we brought up styrofoam, and he said that he just used blocks of it.
Yeah. That's because I did.
But then,
Okay, so do you guys know what your turtle size, let's see, your group. How fragile the egg is? That was that was Graceland's question, right? Okay.
We're done with our.
Yay! Let me come back over to your place.
Because it shows.
Okay, you have about 5 minutes of work time.
and then I cried.
No, then it's lunch.
All right. So, do you have these labels like you need them? Outside carrying case, insulated material, egg carrying tool, egg carrying device? Okay. All right. So, to make it a fair assessment, I'm going to have you just put it this direction. I'll put a check beside it so I know I have to correct it. Kind of reflection, and the model is done. Reflection and model done. All right, so there's nothing else missing. You will be able to get started on your device, your chemical reaction, and you have your 3 insulative materials here. So we'll do those as a whole group because we're going to talk about like a procedure. We'll develop a procedure and lots of different things. What do you have to create the reflection? Yes. Did you change it up to have the because in there? Perfect. Yeah.
Are we allowed to use like a Tupperware-ish kind of container, like plastic? Okay. Yes. Okay.
Okay. How you doing?
I'm almost done. Tupperware type, like plastic.
Good.
Tupperware and cut. Slash plastic. So I'll put the slash.
We need cardboard piece.
Because.
Okay. So do you have this? This is finished now.
Those are
Yippee doo dah. Would you put your 2 names at the top? Find your model, Graceland?
Yeah, my model is right there.
This one? Okay, your name on it. All right. So I will put a dot beside that.
Okay.
What in Graceland? Oh wait, no.
Okay, that's a check.
No, because we only worked on that.
Check. All right. So now I'm a little confused as to what. Okay, so you're going on your big model now.
Actually, this is our visual.
The blue one is their big model. They don't have an individual model.
Yeah, we all drew the same thing with those. Because I thought they both had their exactly mine. We just have theirs.
Okay, I am totally confused. All right.
What did you put? Oh my gosh.
So.
That's the It's what they just did beside you and copy it before I could finish.
So everybody's looks alike. Okay. So. Not sure what you didn't understand about the directions because the idea was that everybody comes with a different idea so that you can build the best choice off of everybody's ideas. If you all came up with the same idea, that makes it hard to build off your, like somebody's good idea for insulation or how they're going to put it in there. Now it's hard to undo that because you have this idea in your mind that you're not going to come up with something better than what you have because you settled on like that first idea. So I don't know how to score that. Oh boy. That makes it very hard.
Well, we can use padding or everything in. would say, okay, protection of it. I think you should just wrap the whole rubber around the egg. That's kind of what you do.
Yep. I don't think it would work if you had like half a cup and half. Yeah, it will.
Yay!
Protection
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do to compromise. Your reflection is not done yet, which means that your reflection has to, on every single component in here, tell what you made it out of and because. And out of 3 of the components, you have to have a second choice that you are going to look at changing it to and a reason why. So that way I know you are trying to think not just as one brain, but trying to think up what can make our model the best. Because you didn't give yourself that chance. You just came up with some ideas without trying to argue why Graceland's idea for this was better than Jacqueline's, and Jacqueline's idea for this was better than Kendra's, and Kendra's idea for something was better than, the other two. So do you see what you missed by doing one model? You have one idea. You don't have 3 different ideas that you can brainstorm off of and go, ooh, Kendra had a really good idea how to get the heat transfer to it. I think we should use that because you came up with just one idea. So your reflection is going to be required to be a little bit different. Your reflection, I want you to think of what are the problems with this model and what are you going to, what you could do as a second choice if it doesn't work very well when you build it. So pick 3 things off of the checklist. Where's your giant checklist? So off of this, pick 3 of the things that you can brainstorm a second choice of how to do it in your reflection. Okay? So your reflection. Somebody get a Google Doc going, share it. You're going to tell what your outside carrying case is made of and why you chose that material. You're going to tell what your insulated material is made of and why you chose it. Your egg carrying tool, why you chose it. Okay? What it's made of and why you chose it. Do that for everything here. And then you go back and say, if our insulation doesn't work very well, we're going to try to do this to improve, okay, and do that 3 times.
Later, can my group possibly come back during study hall if we polish up our box within time? Well, I don't know if Jonas will be able to leave because he's in red.
You can go to red.
Well, we want to come back here and I wanted to know if we could try starting our experiment with the chemicals.
Nope.
No? Okay.
Not without Jonas.
Alright.
Can we go print our reflection?
You can print your reflection. You're going to have to be really fast. Who has study hall today?
I do. Brian does.
Okay, who can print?
No, you.
I'm in your study hall.
It's banned today.
So, can you print? Or should Bryce print? Or do you not have study hall?
I have study hall.
Okay, so decide who's going to print? Alright, 8th grade class. Thank you. Stop. You have a responsibility to open up your planners. Some of you need to figure out how to set an alarm, whether you pick somebody in your group to be your alarmist and call you, or text you, or do something to remind you to get your insulated materials here. Yeah.
What if we have our insulated materials here, but we don't want to?
Yeah, just leave it on the back counter by the blue tub.
This is Raj. Can we keep our things here?
Yeah, back by the blue tub, on that, between the chalkboard and the blue tub, that area.
Okay.
Hold on. Just a second. Okay, if you're leaving your materials here, by the blue tub, all the way to that chalkboard is second period. Second. Okay, your planners. I still need a reflection and a final model. If it is done, please put it the different direction in your folder so I know it has to be checked. If it is not in your folder, see if you have to have it done by the end of class, by the end of school today. I want to be able to check it. So your models and reflections are due, period. They're missing assignments as of now. So again, anything, if anybody in your group has a study out,
You can do it.
then you get a print and bring study out. Right, you have, everybody's communicated to each other what you're going to bring tomorrow? How you're going to remind each other? All right. Yep, we got planner check.
Allison, Morgan, Kyron, Graceland, Brian.
Nice costume.
I know, it is. No.
Emma didn't do a single thing.
Not surprising.
So I told Kate to put her name on there because she finished that.
Okay, so then I will give one to Kim. No problem. Thanks for the info.
She was. Yeah, just bring her
Okay, everybody's good.
Here, use it. Nobody can copy.